Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Kende Kagebunshin Knowing. Excuse me. Glare spamming, minimize abusing, acid armor loving, ninja, Koga, become Kantos Champion. Or can I, the coffee sipping, smoking, cigarette man. It is I, Aki, with the retarded intro, become Kantos Champion as Koga. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Sorry for cursing so much. You know what? Let's just get into the run. For my starter, I pick who else but Grimer. I call him. I honestly forgot. What do I call him? Oh yeah, Happy. I couldn't think of a better name. I wanted to do something with trash, but that's obvious. So I just decided to go with Happy. Because he's a happy boy. Or girl. It's a woman, actually. Can toxic waste be... it's fine, it's Pokemon. But yeah, I choose Grimer as my starter because, funnily enough, you get access to Weezing and Grimer pretty late into the game. So I decided to just use Grimer as my starter. Because you don't... Okay. All of the available Pokemon that I could have used, right? None of them really have an advantage against Brock. Some of them have a disadvantage, like a big one. Actually, it's not. No, I'm wrong. Sorry. I found this out way later. I thought Venonat was poison flying. It's not. And also, my team members couldn't learn fly, so I actually had to pick up a flyer. Which was funny, because I thought they could just learn fly, but they can't. But yeah, I enjoyed this run. I really, really liked this. I don't know why. It's just this team, as you would see it like grow and evolve, right? It felt good to play. I don't know why. It just felt good to play. As you can see, the beginning was it was alright. You know, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. But yeah. As always, I'm way too hasty, so you will see me make mistakes in gameplay and TM distribution, but that's okay. Let's see how Brock goes. I set up a couple of hardens, I go for a sludge. It doesn't poison, so I go for the poison gas to poison. Then I finish off buffing my defense, and then I beat Geodude with sludge. Doesn't deal a lot, but it's fine. I just need to outlast them because of my poison. And as you can see here, Rock is not effective against poison. For some reason I thought it is, but ground is effective against poison. So he goes for, was it bind or wrap? Anyways, it doesn't deal enough damage, so I outlast him and I win the first gym first try. I teach Rock Tomb to Happy because I think Rock is a very good typing to have, at least offensively. And I decide to what's it called? Forget Pound. You see me pick up a Nidoran. Koga. Actually, let me pull up all of his teams. And a Zubat, of course. And then I can explain why I chose to pick up Nidoran instead of someone else. First off, Nidoran can learn Surf. I needed the Surfer. Koga does have something else that can use Surf. I wasn't sure. What do I want to use? Also, you can see me pick up an Ekans. I love Arbok. I love Arbok. It really, really, really grew on me. I used to dislike Arbok, but it really grew on me the more challenge runs I did. I think it's an amazing Pokemon. But yeah, real quick. Pokemon Red and Blue, Coughing, Muk, Wheezing, Coughing. Way too many duplicates, but Wheezing and Coughing are apparently a core part of his team. Next up, Yellow. Venonat, 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 and Venomoth. Okay, I can get a Venonat or Venomoth. So we would have 3 members, Muk, Wheezing, and Venomoth. Next up, Ariados, Fortress, and Crobat. Okay, Kanto does have Zubat, so, you know, I decided, fuck it, let me allow friendship evolutions in this run. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Crobat, Golbat, they're both really good. You could argue that Crobat, obviously, he's very fast, but at the end of the day, it's fine, right? So Crobat comes into the team. I tried not to use... Okay, I didn't want to put in 2 Yoto Pokemon, but I did keep in mind, okay, maybe I should use a Ariados, maybe I should use a Fortress. But then I decided I would get Coughing and Wheezing, which are both like core members of his team, way too late. So I, in the end, decided I want one of them as my starter. And I went with Muk, or Wheezing, well, like a Grimer, sorry. Then he also uses a Skuntank, which is too late, Toxicroak, which is too late, Swallowed, which is Höhen, in my opinion, also too late. What else does he use? Tentacruel. That was the option where I was like, okay, should I use a Tentacruel? Should I use a Tentacruel? Should I use a Tentacruel? But then I thought, Water is too strong. I'll be honest, Water is such a good type, especially in Kanto. It's just such a good type. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try not to use Tentacruel. Then I looked at other team members that he uses. He does use Nidorina and Nidorino. I count them as duplicates, so if I use them, I'm only gonna use 1. Then he also uses Parasect, Tangela, and Hypno. Erika already had Parasect. Erika could have used Tangela, so I decided not to use those 2. Also, they don't have a poison type. He has a Hypno, which is pure Psychic. So I was like, I don't know. But Sabrina is still ahead. I haven't done a Sabrina run yet. So I wanted to keep Hypno potentially for the future. So that one is also out. Then he has an Electrode and a Gligar. I would have loved to use a Gligar, but I decided against it because once I reach Yoto, I might use Gligar, right? I haven't looked into it yet, but Gligar might come up, so I wanted to keep him. Electrode, I already used it in Lieutenant Surge, and I don't think it fits. Then he has a Magma, Lapras, I don't think those fit. A Lantern, I had that at Surge, and I don't think it fits. Stantler, as you can see, he has like a lot of mons, right? But I just didn't think they would fit. And then I looked at the manga, and you see his Cypher once. Or was it in the anime? I think it was in the anime. You see his Cypher once. And he has a Ninetales. Also a Rhydon. But there's this iconic scene where his Arbok gets sliced in half by Green's, I think it's a Chameleon at that point. Is it called Chameleon? Charmander's evolution. But it's not that, by the way. It's not that. It's fine. It's confirmed. It's fine. But yeah, so I decided, okay, I need something in my team. But I don't want to use anything I personally deem too strong. It's not like set in stone, right? But I didn't want to use anything too strong, but I also didn't want to use duplicates. So in the end, I just decided, okay, I'm gonna use Nidoking or Nidoqueen, whatever I catch first. It didn't really matter to me. And I have to teach it Surf. And also, I tried not to overuse him. So you would see me sometimes go for plays where you might think, okay, that was a bit odd. You could have just stayed in and like swept the team, right? It's when I decided, okay, let me tone it down with the Crobat. Let me tone it down with Nidoking. let me show off the Weezing, let me show off the Muk, let me show off the Arbok, right? So so that's basically my reasoning and how I approach this run. So I finally pick up a Venonat, which also surprised me. Like in my mind, I call it Mothra. I like Mothra. 1 second. Apologies. In my mind, I don't know why, but I had Venomoth way weaker in... Like, I was remembering it way weaker. But yeah, I thought it did great in this run. Muk also did great. Arbok also did great. Like, this whole team, I'm not joking, this whole team, at first glance, it might seem like whatever, or maybe even bad, right? It did really well. And if I played this, like, I don't approach these runs like a Nuzlocke, right? But this team, I honestly think, except for fucking self-destruct and shit like that, but I think this team, you can Nuzlocke the game with it. Ignore the Meowth, it's just there for HMs, but I think this team is great, I'm not joking. I honestly think, up to this point, so Brock, Misty, Erika, and Koga, while the other teams have Pokemon that I individually like more, the whole team, I think this is my favorite team up to this point. We will see in the other runs, right? But Jolteon is one of my favorite Pokemon. What's it called? I'm trying to go like by the team. So Brock, I really like Kabutops. I really like Rhydon. Golem surprised me. I used to not like him, but he surprised me. Misty just has a strong team. I don't... She doesn't really have Pokemon where I'm like, I love these guys, right? But her team surprised me. It's very strong. But Koga's team, up to this point, is my actual favorite. This team, you have the like status-wise, you have the confusion, you have the glare, you have minimize, you have the poisoning, you have TMs that they can learn. They learn pretty good TMs. You got the rock moves, you got the water pulse for early on, you got the dig, you got the earthquake, you got the surf. Unfortunately no fly, which sucked. You got psychic, which Venomoth learns naturally. Unfortunately, that's also a point. She's the only one that can learn psychic on this team. But psychic is busted, so one psychic on the team is more than enough. Yeah, the rule I mentioned in the last video, you could see it here. I still have Nidorino. I don't have Nidoking. It's because I decided I'm only allowed to use Stone Evolutions. Unfortunately, I decided this in this run, not in Erika's run. I only use Stone Evolutions after Koga, Silphco, and Sabrina. But yeah. For example, here, I could just... Okay, I actually did stay and it used Surf. Did I not reload the save? I didn't reload the save. I was thinking there for a second if I wanted to reload the save. I didn't. I think in this fight, I like firmly decide, okay, I'm not gonna use Nidoking. So I show off Crobat. He can learn Giga Drain. He's not the only one that can learn Giga Drain in this team. I think Muk can learn it and maybe Weezing? I don't remember. Yeah, you see me hover over Nidoking, but I decide against it. Not because Nidoking would have been bad, but because I want to show off the other members, right? So I hope that makes up for the Blaine fight. I still would have won against Blaine. It's just... yeah, there you see me check like Venomoth, Mothra's typing. I'm like, wait, isn't this thing flying? It's not. It's not. Okay, let's see. I accidentally used Fire Blast because I had it in the wrong slot. I didn't pick up... this is also like a point. I didn't pick up... what am I saying, man? Game Corner TMs in this run. Because this team did so well, I decided... Once I reach lands, I'm like, okay, do I maybe want to pick up Thunderbolt and Ice Beam? But I decided, you know what, no. These guys did so well this whole run. Let me just stick with it. Let me just push through it. Let me show what these guys can do. And they did insanely well. I didn't need Game Corner TMs. Well, technically you never need them, but they're like really strong. But yeah, I didn't pick them up. No Ice Beam, no Flamethrower, no Thunderbolt. And this team can learn those TMs. They can learn those TMs. So it's not like I didn't have a choice. Let me take a sip real quick. I don't know, it's hard for me to talk for a long time, especially consistently in English. 1 second. Yeah, I misplay Destiny Bond. I keep doing that. Also, I swap it out for Memento. Once Coughing can learn Memento. And then I never use it. Hey, it is what it is. You know, sometimes you like make this whole plan of how you want to approach a fight, and then you just don't do a single thing you set out to do. You know, it's fine. It's fine. It is human to err, right? I like that word. Err. It's fun to say. I swap out. Amazing tactics by me. I swap out. Great play. I get taken down by a surf. Yeah, I also decided to my Terra, my Nidoking, I decided to keep Double Kick and Dig. Like as kind of as a handicap. A fighting move is good, don't get me wrong, but I decided to keep those two as a handicap because Nidoking is just he's strong. Okay, that's like you can't. No one can say, oh, he's actually weak. No, he's strong. So I didn't give him Earthquake. I didn't give him Brick Break. I didn't give him anything else. Just Surf. Then Mega Horn he learns naturally. Double Kick he learned naturally. And Dig I taught him as a TM, but it's no Earthquake, right? But yeah. I set up some Acid armors, which I'm pretty sure Ice is special in this game, so worthless to do that. I get frozen. I don't get out, so I just decide, let me just restart. Like, there's no need to torture myself. Let me just restart. I set up 2 minimizes. I go for an acid armor again. I go for 2 acid armors. I start throwing out some rock tombs. In my opinion, great move. I really like the speed drop. Sludge Bomb. I use Sludge Bomb too liberally. This is what I mentioned in the last video. I need to start keeping PP usage in mind when you do runs like these, because you don't have any PP restores, or at most you have 2. And also some moves just don't have a lot of PP, so you gotta keep that in mind if you do like... I thought I had my mic muted this whole time. Oh my god, that gave me like a small heart attack for a second. Lorelei finally goes down. She put up a decent fight. What was I saying? I got so scared by thinking my mic was muted the whole time. Yeah, PP usage. Yeah. Just keep it in mind, because Elite Four, like the whole gauntlet, right? Yeah, my brain is scrambled today. I keep tripping over my words. I keep tripping over my thoughts. I don't know. Maybe I didn't eat enough. My sleep has been terrible lately. Okay, why is this turning into a therapy session? Look, man, just enjoy the video. Bruno. What was the reason he had 2 Onyxes again? Was that ever explained? I think there's like a couple of theories, but I don't know if it was ever explained. Why has Bruno 2 Onyxes? Does he like use it as a punching bag to like train his fists? Tough and imposing. What? It's designed to be tough and imposing, and not fighting. Okay. And it's a a nod to the limited Pokemon pool. I know in the manga he like, you know, he fucks people up with them. But like in game, is it just because, yeah, we don't have a lot of Pokemon? Is that it? Well, that's fine. But why not a Poliwrath? Poliwrath is fighting. He's water fighting. So he has Hitmonlee. Yeah, bro, this is devolving into like a rant. So Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Machamp, Poliwrath, that would make 4. Primeape, that would make 5. Yeah, I think the Elite Four actually have 5 mons, right? They don't have 6. Yeah, they have 5. That would make 5. Why didn't they give him Poliwrath and Primeape? Am I missing something? Like, forget the manga for a second. I like the manga, but forget that for a second. Like, just give him Poliwrath and Primeape. What's the issue? Anywho's. Lance. I tried to figure out how to deal with Aerodactyl in this try. Bite isn't doing anything, right? I just wanted to get some flinches in. But, yeah, Rock Tomb is really good. Also pretty decent against Dragonite. But I do need Rock Tomb for Charizard in the champion fight. So I have to keep, again, the PP usage comes up back, right? It comes back up again. So I need some Rock Tombs for Charizard, for sure. At least, like, 1 minimum. I need 1 minimum. Because Muk can tank Charizard really well, right? So best play would be Arbok Glare, go into Muk, Rock Tomb, and then I can do whatever I want. But at least 1 Rock Tomb no matter what, right? But preferably a Glare and 2 Rock Tombs. But I could also really use it against Aerodactyl. Rock Tomb does a good amount of damage against him. And it's also good against Dragonite. It deals okay damage, but more importantly, it drops his speed. But yeah, so this try, I try to do some shockwaves. See how far that gets me. They're pretty decent. So I pull out the Glare, I go for Bite, I swap to... I stay in. I shouldn't have stayed in. Yeah, nah, that was terrible by me. He gets the Omni Boost. Now I'm in a bad position. Surf. I get the speed. Okay. I somehow dealt with it. That was good past me. That was good. Dragonite comes out. I misclicked Glare. And then... No, I didn't misclick. He had... what's it called? Safeguard, right? He can't get hit by status moves. Relax with the speed ups. Relax with the speed ups. Dragonite goes down. I use a Rock Tomb against Dragonair. I shouldn't have done that. I should have saved it. I should immediately have swapped to Mothra. I go for a Sleep Powder, but I think they have Marble Scale. No, not Marble Scale. Shed Skin. But for some reason it didn't proc. Is it chance-based? Am I missing something? In one of my runs, it procced like back to back to back to back. Every time I paralyzed them, they just came out of it. Pokemon Shed Skin. Is it a chance? One third. Yeah, it is a chance. So I just got, as always, just very unlucky. Interesting. Yeah, I stopped using status attacks against the Dragonairs at some points because I just thought it always procs, but it doesn't. It's a chance. I just got unlucky. Yeah, Alakazam is an issue against my team. Basically, I can excuse me, I can take care of it, but he can... Worst case scenario, he can take care of 3 of my mons. Best case scenario, he can take down 1. Well, no, best case scenario 0, but usually he takes down 1. I don't really know what to do against Rhydon. I do have answers, but I messed them up. So I decide to restart the fight. This time around, Young comes out, Shockwave, 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 because it never misses, so Sand Attack doesn't really matter to me. Alakazam takes out Young. It's okay, I keep it pushing. I don't know what to do. I bring out Garaga. He uses Future Sight. I use a Glare. Synchronize gives makes me paralyzed too. I get one tapped. Terra comes out. Mega Horn takes care of Alakazam. I get hit by Future Sight. It's fine. Surf takes care of Rhydon. Go for Mega Horn. Quad effective. Takes care of Executor. Gyarados comes out. Young is out of commission. So my best answer would be... Zuki and Mothra are the safest options. Yeah, they're the safest option. I put him to sleep. What do I do? Psychic, not enough. Leech Life does absolutely nothing. I put him to sleep again. I decide to swap out. I go to Happy, Minimize, Rock Tomb. I have I used another one. It takes out Gyarados, but I only have 1 left. Fire Blast misses. Rock Tomb crits, brings him down to the red, but I have no more Rock Tombs. So, I can stall, but I don't want to. I swap out. Don't let him die for nothing. I go to Terra. Charizard misses. Surf cleans up. Beautiful fight. I'm not saying that to praise me. I'm saying this to praise the team. They did way better than I would have ever imagined. If you want to take out Nidoking, maybe you want to do this yourself, right? Put in Tentacruel. That's the most logical option, I guess, if you look at all of his teams. If you want to use Yoto Pokemon, use Ariados, because that's also like an iconic Pokemon of Koga. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. This run was very enjoyable for me. I actually had fun. Here's the team. Young the Weezing, Levitate, Shockwave, Fire Blast, Sludge, Memento. Zuki, the Crobat, Poison Fang, Air Cutter, the Drain Attack, and... Oh, excuse me. Mothra, Psychic, Aerial Ace, Sleep Powder, and Leech Life, Shield Dust. Garaga the Arbok, Intimidate, Bite, Earthquake, Strength, and Glare, Terra, Surf, Double Kick, Mega Horn, and Dig. And Happy, Slash Bomb, Acid Armor, Minimize, and Rock Tomb. Beautiful team. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't get bullied. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.